So if you're watching this, you want a wider frame, whether you want girls to look at you, you want respect from other men, or you just want a more aesthetic physique in general, or all three, this is the perfect place to be. So why is having a wider frame actually good? And there's a few reasons, like women tend to be more attracted to people with wider frames if that's what you're interested in. You'll look wider covered up in clothes as well as shirtless, which is nice. And although this kind of sounds weird and red-pilled, you're more likely to get respect from other males if you have a wider frame. And it's just an aesthetically pleasing thing to have, and I think there's nothing wrong with going for it. Okay, so this is how you actually get wide. Okay, so training. You want to train your delts and your back as best as you possibly can. I remember when I had a really narrow looking frame, even though I've been training for a while, and I was like, even though I've been training, why don't I even look a little bit like the people I want to? I was thinking I should look like a smaller version of this person. I didn't even look similarly shaped at all to like the physiques that I wanted. And then I learned that training your back and your delts create the biggest difference in how wide you look. So how to actually train your back and delts. This video isn't necessarily going to be exactly how to train them. You can train them kind of how you want, but you want an exercise that increases the width of your back. And you want to primarily focus on your side delt because your side delt protrudes out this way. Side delt can be targeted with a little bit overhead presses and very much so lateral raises. And a good back widening exercise is lat pull downs and pull-ups. That's as far as I'll go into the actual training of things. But now you know what you actually need to focus on. Those things are trivial to looking wider. Since I'm recording like this, I don't know what photo that I'm showing on the screen now, but I can say for sure that my delts look really small and my arms are really flat in this way. So my body's kind of just like, looks like jammed in and really thin. And here's a photo of me after I've started back training. And I've never really measured my actual frame, but I'm telling you that my frame has gotten so much larger from doing this, which is kind of common sense. Like no shit, training muscles will actually make you look wider. However, I didn't know, and a lot of people don't know, that training your back, which is on the back of your body, makes you look wider from the front. Now, the next part, diet and leanness. So at a higher body fat, you kind of look wider in clothes and your frame looks bigger, except when you take your shirt off, your waist tends to be a little bit bigger. So it kind of negates how large your shoulders look because you look a little bit more square. So when you want a wider frame, it kind of depends on what you want. If you have some muscle, getting leaner would massively make your frame look wider when you're shirtless. But if you don't have a lot of muscle, bulking is a great option for you and it will make you look so much wider. So you kind of got to differentiate what you're actually going for. Do you want to have like a better shoulder to waist ratio so you have that V-taper look, or do you just want to look like a big guy? That'll help you determine whether or not you should bulk or cut for this. But for the most part, I'm going to assume that you would like a better V-taper look. So whether or not you have to gain or lose weight for your goals, tracking calories is a way to fast track your progress. Bear with me now. Bear with me. A lot of people just seem to switch off when you say track calories. They just immediately think, no, there's no fucking way I could do that. There's just no way. And they just rule the idea of tracking calories out of their head because they've been told, oh, like that's eating disorder behavior or something. Probably titled this video, I probably titled this video, how to get a wide frame as soon as possible, or something like getting a wide frame fast. If you want a wide frame as fast as possible, like the video title claims, tracking your calories will fast track your progress so quickly. Tracking calories is one of the single most effective methods to get where you want to be. I've been tracking my calories every single day for the past 193 days. And there have been multiple times where I've gone for 180-day streaks before this. So I've been doing this for years and I can safely say that it's one of the best methods ever for fitness. So hopefully that can change your mind just a little bit about tracking calories, because I just know so many people dismiss the idea of tracking calories immediately because they're like, no, I couldn't do that. You can do that. You're more than capable of doing that. So getting leaner gives the illusion that your shoulders are so much wider, and it can be like the biggest thing in making a better V-taper for yourself. Also, if you're really skinny with very low muscle, putting on some weight can also be a massive change for how wide you look. So it literally just depends on where you are. So now you know how to train to get a wider frame, you know how to eat to get a wider, more aesthetic frame, and you know the mechanism behind what makes you look wide. If you're not tracking, you're slacking. Don't be a pussy. I know you can track your calories. Have a good day.